And finally, new rule now that it's April 15th. All U.S. taxpayers must call out all the deadbeats who ride for free, which include giant corporations like GM and United Airlines, which this year are going to pay no taxes. How brave of you. But the list should also include this place, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. There are 300,000 religious congregations in this country that pay no tax, no federal, state, or local, no income, sales, or property tax, and they own $600 billion in property, like St. Patrick's Cathedral on Fifth Avenue in New York. If you sell cheap sweaters like they do across the street at Forever 21, you pay taxes. But if you're selling the invisible product of eternal whatever, no taxes. So to recap, Forever 21, taxes. Forever 33, no taxes. You know, Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard once said that the only way to make any real money in this world was to start a religion. And even though the one he started only has about 30,000 members, it owns billions in real estate, tax scot-free, and that makes me hopping mad. The Supreme Court of the United States really needs to take a case about taxing churches, because it hasn't done that since 1970. And since then, religion has become much less popular, especially with younger people. To them, religion is the new pubic hair. 35% of millennials want nothing to do with it, and the rest worship an ancient Jew born over 2,000 years ago, Bernie Sanders. And it's not just millennials, my flock. The atheists, agnostics, and anti-religionists out there are now the second biggest denomination in America, right behind evangelicals. We're 22.8%. That means almost a quarter of us in America are being forced to subsidize a myth that we're not buying into. Why am I subsidizing their Sunday morning hobby? They don't subsidize mine. If we levy taxes, sin taxes, they call them, on things that are bad to get people to stop doing them, why, in heaven's name, don't we tax religion? A sexist, homophobic magic act that's been used to justify everything from genital mutilation to genocide. You want to raise the tax on tobacco so kids don't get cancer? Okay. But then let's put one on Sunday school so they don't get stupid. Americans are losing their religion because they're catching on that religions do much more harm than good. Who enabled child sex abuse for centuries? What's the common thread between ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, and most other terrorist groups in the world? Who's behind the new law in Mississippi that says that Mississippi now cannot, among other things, force a baker to bake for a gay wedding? Because in Mississippi, if you don't put it in the right hole, you don't get cake. And speaking of cake, it's these same religious freedom people that last year passed a law in Indiana that allowed restaurants to refuse to feed gay people, as Jesus would have wanted. Ah, yes, sweet, sweet religious freedom. Free at last to eat the potato skins here at the Flapjack Hut without some gaylord forcing his penis in our good Christian food and turning it gay. You gay people... You gay people hungry? Well, you should have thought of that before you embarked on your life of satanic perversions. Next time, have sex in a vagina. And if you take a picture of it and bring it into Bennigan's, you get a free appetizer.